going to keep on talking. Hello, everybody else. We are live everywhere else, and it has not failed. Oh, it has failed. My personal page has failed again. Never mind. I'm just going to keep talking. Good morning. How are you this morning? What a week it's been for me. I hope that you're well. I hope you've enjoyed the bank holiday weekend with some sunshine for a change. How good was that? It's been awesome here. Anyway, today, I want to just start by doing a trigger warning. If you are offended by the F word, then do not watch, because I'm going to say it a lot, okay? Not in a rude way. It's a I'm with Billy Connolly on the F word, yeah? I think it's the most descriptive word in the English language, in any language. I think everybody understands it, no matter what language they speak. But we're going to be using that word today, so switch off now if you're offended. So that's my trigger warning in place. Please don't report me to Facebook for using it either. That would be really nice of you. Sorry, I've still got last week's banner showing, so we'll just take that down. That wasn't very organized of me, was it? Anyway, for those of you that know me, I'm Mandy Nicholson. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Mandy Nicholson, and I'm the Creative Genius Consultant. I'm an artist and an author, a creative retreat owner in Scotland, and I help creative women to launch, grow, and scale their businesses and make more money. Not for much longer, though. And I don't mean not for much longer. I am always going to be helping creative women. I'm always going to be a business coach to creative women. That's not going away. I am, however, selling my mini castle. I announced it last week. It's going on the market. And I've got some really fab announcements about that, but I'm not making yet, because we've got to firm things up before any announcements go out there. And I will be retiring my creative mastermind fully at the end of May. So there are now only 10 spaces left. If you want to join the creative mastermind and come here for a retreat in 2025, I'm offering a 5-year payment plan, 57-month payment plan for you to be able to do that, but only until the end of May. So you've got to make a decision now, because I'm closing it down at the end of May. And it's not a problem for me, because I'll fill the retreat spaces anyway, but it's my last ditch attempt. There will be no more 5-day challenges. And that's the reason today and this week I wanted to be talking about Jfdi. Just fucking do it, okay? And I want to talk about that for many reasons. The JFDI was what my late husband, Gary, said to me when I kept talking about, I'd love to have a creative business, but creatives don't make any money. I had a mindset that people in the creative world did not make any money, artists, authors, that they were poor, because that's what society has been telling us for centuries. Yeah. In the 16th century, artists weren't poor, they were rich. Leonardo da Vinci, they were artists to the kings. There was no way of taking photographs. There was no other way of creating images. Artists were in demand. Now it's a very small selection of artists that are very wealthy and famous for their art, really small. And you've got 83% of exhibitions in galleries are white men, so it's even harder for women. However, so I had this mindset that I wouldn't make any money, and I have made loads of money. And I've made enough money to be selling my mini castle, retiring and moving to be near my daughter, and then having enough money in my pension, savings, and whatever I made from the house to live on for the rest of my life. So it served me well. But I would never have done that had Gary not said to me, stop talking about it, Mandy, and just fucking do it. The reason you're not doing it, and this is what he said to me, is you're scared of what people will think, and you're scared people won't do this, and it's fear. And it is fear. JFDI sits in front of fear. And I've learned to live like that since Gary passed away, because there is no point in not doing it. What does not doing the thing that you desire the most do for you? It does not get you anywhere. And having a mindset that is, do you know what? I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna invest in myself. I'm going to try this. I know it's a risk, but I'm going to try it anyway, because I'd rather try and fail, that's me, than not do it in the first place. Because look what happens when you do things. When I put my house on the market, when I put a castle on my vision board, I didn't get that castle, I got a mini version of that castle. When I put my house on the market in Northumberland, it sold the same day, and I came to Scotland and I lived out my dream here of running retreats for creative women and helping hundreds of creative women to build their businesses. I've loved it. I've done what I set out to do because I JFDI'd it. Just fucking do it and get over the things that are stopping you. And I had this conversation in my creative mastermind group call last night of fear is there to protect us. You know, you've got an inner critic, you've got things like imposter syndrome going on, you've got all of these things, you're looking around at everybody else and thinking, I can't do that, that's not me. JFDI is your instruction to your brain to ignore that, to get past those fears, those reservations. They're there for a reason. They are there to protect you. They are hardwired into your psyche. And they were there as cavemen to protect us from saber-toothed tigers. There are no longer saber-toothed tigers. You can do things these days that are not going to risk your life. Moving to Scotland and buying this place and renovating it and running retreats here wasn't going to kill me. It might have broken me financially, but I wasn't going to lose all my money, even if I did fail here. But I haven't. Imagine if I hadn't done it. Imagine if I hadn't done the JFDI. Imagine if I hadn't launched my creative mastermind and done the JFDI. I would not have helped all the women that are out there now making money because they invested in themselves through the mastermind. I would not have helped all the women that I've helped that came here on creative retreats. I would not have helped all the women that I have helped through one-to-one coaching. None of that would have happened if I had listened to the fear and not taken the plunge to do the JFDI. So just fucking do it. JFDI. I've not got an acronym for you for that, because I've normally got an acronym that goes with the JFDI. But here's a little kind of top tips and plan for you. Yes, for JFDIing things. What is it you really, really want to do? Start there. Identify your true desire and passion. What would you love to open your eyes in the morning and wake up and be doing every single day for the rest of your working life? What is that thing? And are you close to it at the minute? Are you doing it? Are you close to it, or is it a long way away? So I think initially it's what is it? Really knowing, because I think we have sometimes in business as creatives, we have a rough idea and we've got hundreds of ideas. Yeah, we've got a rough idea of what we want that to look like, but we've got hundreds of ideas around it, and we don't really know which one is we're going to be able to monetize effectively. And this is where you need some help. This is where working with someone that can help you, not just me, you know, if it's not me, it's somebody else. Invest in yourself. Get the help to bring your dreams and goals into reality, because it's absolutely 100% possible. Yeah, you cannot always do it on your own. I couldn't have done it on my own. I've had 3-4 coaches over the last 10 years, 15 years that I've worked with that have all been high ticket coaches, and they've all helped me in their own way. So that's the first thing. What is it? What does it look like? Who's the ideal customer for me? What am I going to do? What does my life look like? What do I want my life to look like? Now, when people join me, either coaching clients or on the Creative Mastermind, I always say, what's your perfect life look like? And I ask them to do two things. Script it, so describe it. I want you to describe verbally and record it, your perfect day. So from when you wake in the morning, what is your perfect day look like? Where are you living? What do you wake up and go to do first? What do you do throughout the day? What are you wearing? What's happening in your world? Who's around you? What do you hear? What do you see? Where do you live? Are you by the sea? Are you in the countryside? What is it? What's your perfect life? What does it look like, feel like? What's in your bank account? I ask people to do that and script it, visually tell a story about what that day feels like, and record it and listen to it. That's one of the things that's in my mastermind. And then I've got my perfect life vision plan workbook, where I ask you to go through each of the areas of your life and really visualize it at a deep level. So I find that's really, really useful at the start of the mastermind. It's fairly early on that I ask my clients to do that. And that perfect life vision planner, if you want the workbook, say workbook, send me the workbook, Mandy. Put it in the comments. Send me the workbook, Mandy, and I'll send it to you. But only if you're going to do it. Don't just ask for the workbook for the sake of it. Ask me for it if you want to really start to think about what's my perfect life, and only if you're ready to JFDI. So that's step one, is you've got to be able to visualize what does good look like for you? What does perfect life look like for you? Who's in my perfect life? What do I look like? What do I feel like? How much money's in my bank? What's it look like? And who do I want to serve? If I'm in business, who am I serving? Who's my ideal customer? Am I working with them at the minute, or is that misaligned? So there's your first port of call. That's a really important first step. Your next step is looking at how you can convert all those desires, all those dreams, all those wants, all those goals into a tangible, a strategic plan. And here's the JFDI. You've first got to see it. You've next got to take action. JFDI. Because if you do nothing, nothing's going to change. You don't have to do huge things like I do. Yeah, you can do small things, but you've got to do something. JFDI. You've got to do something. So the second part of my, tips, visualize it, JFDI it. Get a plan together and go and take action. That's your step 2. Step 3, and last week I talked about plan, do, review. Step 3, for me, review sits there, absolutely still sits there, but in the JFDI world, visualize it, go and take action. And then step 3 is adjust your trajectory. I can never say that. Adjust. So yes, you would review, but adjust direction. If that's not working for you or you are struggling, adjust. And part of adjustment is getting the help to be able to take a helicopter view of what you're doing and say, you're potentially going in the wrong direction. You need to correct, you need to do this, this is where you need some help. Whether that's going and buying a small course, whether it's hiring a coach, whether it's going on a program, whatever it is that you need, that's worth the investment. You've got to look at what's the return on investment. If you're going to invest in yourself to get on the right path, to deliver your hopes and dreams, yeah, and that costs you £3,000, £5,000, whatever it is, what's the return on investment? How can I get my business to the point where it's taking me 5 times what I've invested, 5 times, minimum 3 times, but 5 times what I've invested. So if you're going to invest 5 grand, you want a 25 grand return within a 2-year period so that it's a worthwhile investment. It was the same here. I wanted a return on investment for moving to Scotland, buying the art bank, converting it into my retreat space, and now selling it. I need a return on that investment. If you can start to look at life that way, JFDI becomes a little bit easier for you to follow all of the dreams that you want to follow along the way. Things become a little bit less scary when you can think in this way. What do I want? What does that look like? What's my dreams? What's my goals? Take action. Then adjust, yeah, and then what's my return on my investment along the way for everything that you invest in? If you're going to invest in a website, what's the return on investment? How much money do you want to be taking through your website? And if you haven't got an idea about that, just use social media and don't buy a website. until you're ready to. So Jfdi is about becoming more savvy, but it's about moving yourself from inertia into action. That's what Jfdi is about. Just fucking do it. Go from inertia to action. And you get better at it the more that you do it. And that is from somebody who's been doing that for a long old time. Believe me, Gary wasn't the first experience of Jfdi, but sometimes we become complacent. Sometimes we forget what we're good at. I was always very good at Jfdi and things, but because I moved from my big job in retail, I'd forgotten how good I was at Jfdi and things. So sometimes you need to kick up the butt to do that. And sometimes that's what Jfdi is about. And sometimes I've done that with my clients on the mastermind, where I've gone, it's time, Jfdi, just go and do it. Stop procrastinating. Stop making excuses. Stop bringing in the fearful things that lie in front of you, and think about all the positives and all the things that could happen if you go and do it. So that was my message today, because I've just gone and Jfdi'd it and gone, you know what? My daughter needs me. I'm selling this. I'm moving over there. I'm going to start a new business when I get over there. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll find something. And I'm going to continue to serve my coaching clients and my mastermind clients for another 1.5 years until they've all completed. And then that gives me 1.5 years to build another little business on the side, doesn't it? I'm just going to Jfdi it. So watch me, because I'll share that story through social media to show you that it doesn't all have to be big stuff, and you don't have to inspire people. Sometimes you can just go and Jfdi what you want, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, what their opinion is, or that you may have reservations or fears, because I ignore all of those reservations and fears these days and just Jfdi. So I'm going to leave you on that note. Hopefully that may have given you the kick up the bum you need, or it may have made you think about where you are now. If you really want to work with me on the mastermind, which is 12-month program, so if you start it now before the end of May, you will be with me till the end of next June. Okay, so if you start now on the mastermind, you'll be with me on the program till the end of next June. You'll be coming to a retreat here before the end of September, because that's the last retreats I'm running. But you will be the last cohort that ever comes through the mastermind, because I'm just fucking retiring it after that and working with people only when I choose on a one-to-one basis. So it's your last chance saloon. Watch my socials. There'll be loads of posts about it. I will see you next Tuesday for whatever I decide to do on that day. Have an awesome week, and I hope the sun keeps shining. And remember, Jfdi.